Hi, I haven't done a video in a while because I've had A-levels exams, just my time's been taken up completely. But considering it's now summer and I have all the time in the world, I have been to the cinema, and recently I have seen Toy Story 3, and I thought I'd do a little review on that right now. So finally, Toy Story 3 has been released in cinemas after about 10 years of waiting for the next film since Toy Story 2. And it's always plagued me, why leave such a big gap? I mean, everyone wants to see the next film. And at first I thought the gap was kind of like the gap we had with Indiana Jones. It was kind of like they needed to make something, they needed to fill a void or something like that. But then again, it's Pixar. I mean, Pixar's always pushing out great films, so there just didn't seem the need to make another Toy Story. And I actually found out that it's because they were doing it in real time. So Andy was about 7 in Toy Story 2, and then 10 years later he's 17 in Toy Story 3 and going off to college, which is the basis for the whole story in Toy Story 3, which is quite a clever idea. It kind of left you, I don't know, after the second one I was dying for a third one and it just never seemed to come, but finally it has. And what can I say? I mean, it's Toy Story. There was the risk of doing a third film, there was a risk of doing a second film. I mean, there's always a risk of doing another film after already a perfect film, which was Toy Story 1. You just look at films like Men in Black, where Men in Black 2 was just so average in comparison to Men in Black 1. But Pixar has pulled it off, they've done it, and Toy Story 3 is perfect, just like Toy Story 1 and 2. If only Shrek would get the same idea, the makers of Shrek, and just give up. I mean, what, they bring out 4 films of Shrek, and come on, 2, 3 and 4 were really average, but Toy Story is completely different. What I love about the Toy Story series is that I can't tell which one's the best. I liked all of them, and that's a brilliant thing. So definitely worth a watch. That's just straight up, I'm just saying that now, that's my first feeling of the film. Okay, so without giving away the story too much, I'll give you the basis of Toy Story 3 and just what it's kind of about. Andy is basically going off to college and he has to decide what to do with his toys, and that basically leads the toys to ending up at a daycare centre for little kids, a nursery basically. And the nursery already has loads of toys, and that's the perfect opportunity to introduce new characters, new toys, to keep it fresh, to keep it alive, to keep it going. And these new characters, every single one of them is hilarious, and they each one brings something to the story, such as Ken, the male Barbie, brilliant laughs from him, and all the characters at first are all amazing and they just turn sinister and dark, but I won't give it away too much. But the new characters definitely bring something else to the film, something new, and keep it going. The humour in the film, what's great about the humour in the film is anyone can appreciate it. You have jokes for adults, jokes for kids, and I always think that's probably the hardest thing about writing a script for a film which is intended for all ages. How do you keep all ages interested? And Toy Story's done it. I was laughing all the way through. I was probably even laughing at some of the jokes which are meant for kids, but I don't care, it's Toy Story. I mean, you looked around the cinema and there were probably more people my age who grew up with the first Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 than there were actual little kids, which was perfect and probably how it was meant to be. So that's the characters, the humour, the story is reminiscent of kind of like a Great Escape story in parts, and you definitely go on an emotional roller coaster because it's the end of an era and also the beginning of a new one, which is great, which is the basis of the ending, which if you're a girl, probably guaranteed to make you cry. I nearly cried and I'm not the manliest man ever, so you get the idea. It is definitely an emotional roller coaster, and it's kind of like a goodbye to your own childhood, because most of the people who were watching it in the cinema were about my age, about 18, 19, 20, and it's kind of like, everyone's kind of the age of Andy, which, and they're like, so I'm about to go to university soon as he went to college, and I don't have as many toys to say goodbye to, but it's the same kind of thing, which was perfect. So my overall thoughts on Toy Story 3, I usually have something bad to say about a film, but I honestly can't think of a thing with Toy Story 3. 2 thumbs up, brilliant film. Go watch it if you haven't already. If you have, leave a comment, just saying what you thought of it, saying if you agreed with me, disagreed with me. Like, I'm open to the ideas. Also, please subscribe and rate, and look out for more reviews coming soon. Thank you very much.